right, you guys. So this is part 2 of chapter 46. Okay, part 2. We had some technical difficulties with the last video, and so we end up having to do another one. So you're like, why her hair different? Why her makeup different? Why her clothes different? That's why. Okay, we're gonna get to the really juicy stuff that everybody's been waiting for. So we're gonna do a new icebreaker question from the After Show Couples Game Card Edition, Spicy Edition. We're working on a few things over here in these streets. So I'm gonna pick a couple questions because my cousin won't do it, and I think she wants to try to like put me out there like the big old freak. Give me some little Megan Thee Stallion.
You Uncle Luke stuff. No, I wouldn't let her. I wouldn't.
Too much for my taste, but
I mean, team too much.
Easy question.
Sure.
From the Spicy Edition of the Couples Game Card. Do you see yourself as sexually open-minded? Tell us why or why not.
I'd like to think I am, but it depends. Because I was getting my initial thing was going to be like, it depends on the dude, but then it's like, are you going to actually smash somebody you don't like? So I was going to be like, well, it depends on if I like them or not. Obviously I do if we're messing around. I like to think that I'm open, and my thing is like pain. That'd be the thing. Like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm open to this, and this. And he's like, oh, really? I got something for you then. And then it's something that's good or something like that. But then I don't know. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say for the yes. And what's the second part? Why or why not?
Yes.
Or did I make that up in my head? Oh, no. Well, why? Because it's fun. It's sex. That's like, well, when you go to dinner, do you eat? Why or why not?
We definitely eating now.
We eating, even if it wasn't even supposed to be a dinner date. We gonna get something on the way home. But yeah, because of sex is supposed to be enjoyable, memorable. It's a way to connect. It's a way to do things. If you're just laying there taking it, there's no real romance in that, you know.
Yeah, not just laying there taking it like, okay, is this gonna be done soon?
There's no romance in that. There's no fun. There's nothing memorable. And also you won't be looking forward to it happening ever again. Yeah, being sexually open-minded, I think it's a positive thing. I don't see how that could be bad or wrong or even, awkward. We grew up as church girls where people had a bunch of different kids, but nobody's having sex. But
Nobody's doing that.
No, I believe being open-minded sexually is it's a good thing, and it can be important. It's of importance. What about you, Miss Teen Timmy?
I feel that I'm sexually open-minded, and I feel like when people hear people say they're sexually open-minded, they think that you're just like, 3 ways, you doing this, you doing, and I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't say none of that. I said I'm open-minded with the person that I'm with. And so depends on the person. You're like, of course I'm with you, so I like you. No, but I was hearing what you were saying beyond that, and it's like, how much experience do you have in that department, right? Because if you want to try this, and I haven't done that, you're not sending me to the hospital. Like, remember we used to watch the show on TLC called Sex Sent Me to the ER?
Yeah. That's what was in my mind. That's why I was like, I want to say yes, but please don't hurt me.
Like, if you don't know what you're doing in certain ways, like, you're not going to be trying stuff that you're not fully understanding. Like, I want you to be like, even if you want to try something, how much research have you done? How many videos? And I'm not talking about porn either. I'm talking about like real technical videos, because you on some bull. I'm on like research. That's me. I'm like, I'll be on like the little watching like the sex experts talk about different things and how to do it safely. And I'm just like, that's just me, right? So I will go and be like, what's the Kama Sutra say about that? That's me. So it's all about like, I'm open and I'll try some stuff, but I got to make sure that you know what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to rip something over here. And then I'm in the hospital trying to explain to 2 doctors and 4 nurses. So, how did that happen? It's embarrassing, right? So I think we can probably go as far as, you're comfortable with or I'm comfortable with. But then like I have limitations, because so years ago I had this friend and she loved a good Tinder hookup. And I didn't understand what that was about. But baby, I was like, tell me, what I'm saying? We would be in biology class, I'm saying, at Clark College, and she would just be like, yeah. And this guy came over and I was like, girl, tell me, because all this is crazy and new to me, but none of that around when we were kids or teenagers, but even if it was, like, I wasn't gonna be hooking up with randoms, like. And so she had said that she had met somebody and he was like really into like S&M and like the bondage stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, I think bondage is a little kinky. It's a little twist, a little turn. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine. So she was talking about that, and then she said that he was talking about he wanted to bring a body bag over, and I was like, nah, because my daddy owned a funeral home. I saw them black body bags where they zipped up and
right.
Zip up somebody inside a body bag. They're not getting out. Like, I remember when we were kids at the funeral home, if my dad bought like a brand new body bag, they had ever gotten into it, right? Because it was brand new, it was clean, it was from the factory. My siblings, I was too young, so they knew not to F with me because I would have cried and told my dad and my mom that they put me in the body bag and zip me up. So they would, you know, sometimes play with the body bags and put each other in and be like, can you really not get out the body bag? And be like, no, because there's not a zipper on the inside. It's not meant for somebody on the inside to get out. It's meant to put somebody in there and zip them up. So he had some kind of like bondage like bag, and it looked like a body bag and stuff. And so she wasn't really feeling comfortable with that being like the first run in, and you already like want to put somebody in a body bag. So I had watched this documentary about something. It was like two men, and they were talking about like their sexual experiences. So the guy was saying that, you know, his partner really wanted to explore some different things. And so he's like, okay, so they got like one of those little body bag things. But this body bag was like a latex thing. And so when you get into it, it like sucks your body in.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Him and his partner did this thing, and he was like, I just want you to be open with me and stuff. He was like, okay. So he put him in this like body bag thingy, and like it looked like he was like in a cocoon or something. Like, baby, that thing was tight on him. And so he like covered his eyes up, but like his face was still exposed, you know, like some kind of like blackout glasses. And then he put headphones on, and he put like really loud classical music, right? And he was like, I'll be back, but don't like scream. I need you to trust me. Like, this is going to be like a trust building experience. And I was like, see, you already talking stupid now.
Got me sucked up in here talking about some don't scream. I'll be back.
Do you know the man said that his partner left him in that bag for over 8 hours with the music blaring in his ear? And he was like, you can never do that to me again. See, that's somebody taking stuff way too far. You know what I'm saying? You know damn well that that's inappropriate. You wouldn't want me to have you, you know, like in bondage, can't move. I'm like, what if you would have came back and that person would have been dead? You would have gotten in trouble. Like, that would have been your fault. That person panicked, had a panic attack, and then suffocated. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be really, really careful, because I'm not down to be tortured. Like, I'm here for the pleasure, maybe a tiny little bit of pain, but like, we're not doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I can be open-minded, but you definitely have to be with the right person who's not going to take advantage of you. I don't know. I'll be finding like really crazy stuff online. So this lady was talking about her boyfriend was telling her his fantasy was for him and his friend to like get on her at the same time. And I was like, but you want your homeboy to do that? Like, that's kind of strange to me. You know, him and his friend got something, you know, going on here. And what the friend is really trying to say, like, I want you and I want him. So why don't the three of us just live it up together? So she was asking for like advice with everyone, these little groups, like, what should I do? And people were like, you want his friend to do this? Like, no, don't ask me nothing stupid. Like don't ask me no stuff. We not have none of the homies over here. We're not doing it.
Yeah, because you and your cousin. I mean, if I could get you both together and we're gonna jump you, like, and probably rock. You sure you want us to come back? It gets sticky.
It's sticky on the east side. So I think I'm open-minded, but it has to be with the right person under the right circumstances, because we're not doing none type of abuse type stuff. So let me see what the next question.
Then would that make us open-minded? We'll be like, okay, you're saying you're open-minded, but then there's these rules.
Well, I feel like there's always got to be rules in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I eat meat, but I don't want to eat raw meat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people literally will open up a package of raw meat and just eat it without it having any type of cooking done to it. I'm a meat eater, I have limitations, right? I feel I'm open-minded, but I do feel like sex is a big thing. This is something that you should be doing with somebody who you care about. I feel like I said I'm open-minded, but it's with this person that we have an understanding. You're not going to abuse. Because I feel like a lot of men be like, they're open-minded, but they don't want nobody going near the fudge hole. Like, so are they open-minded? They're open-minded, but there's limitations.
Fudge hole.
I can call it. Okay, so my son is over here. See, that's why I'm putting this on airplane mode, because these people are getting on my nerves. Why are you bothering me? It's my birthday. Like, if it's not about my birthday, why are you bothering me? Some of these questions, I remember when me and Kyrie was working on, she was like, Karina, I'm like, I'm just asking questions. So I'm trying not to like get some of like the really crazy questions that I asked, but baby, all right. It's called Spicy Edition for a reason. We won't get some spice, but I'm gonna try to keep it not too spicy.
No, it's spicy. It ain't mild. It's spicy.
All right, let me go back to the one I didn't want to ask, but I'm gonna ask.
Let's get it.
Lacey.
You look straight at the camera. I'm nervous.
You're so stupid. No, it says, if you could have sex as much as you want, how often would you have it?
A lot. Quite a bit. Because it goes back to the let me just, for the rest of the time we do this whole series, it's going to start with the right person. Absolutely. Yeah. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
Just give it to me.
Break me off a little piece of that.
If I have it as much as I want. Now, would it be multiple times in a day? Depends on the day. Because I'll sit there and be like, yeah, I'm down for this every single day. And then it'd be like the first day of my cycle. And I'm like, wait a minute. We could get it taken care of once, but you ain't just going to be up in this every 10 minutes. And I'm
that would be excessive. If you have to have it every 10 minutes a day, I'd be like, you know what? As much as I have an appetite, that's excessive for anybody. Your stamina ain't where it should be at. So like tire yourself out. You know what I'm saying? You blowing out too
right. I'll say definitely daily. Minus, the crazy stuff. Like if I have COVID or, I'm dying. Normal circumstances, man, we're gonna make it do what it do.
Yeah, under normal
circumstances, at least once a day. I want to go out on a limb and be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have the morning special or afternoon delight or the afternoon delight and then the evening time. But anytime I'm like, this is exactly what I'm gonna do. Something happens. Some. At least daily. Yes, once a day. A lot.
Daily. A lot. Daily, a lot under normal circumstances. Again, if somebody's mother is passing away, you have no business, and I do mean no mother business. You want to have it daily. Under normal,
real quick. I'm trying to make you feel better.
You're not gonna make me feel better. You're gonna make me feel worse. Yeah, if you're sick, that's definitely a no-go, right? So under normal circumstances, I'm ready when you are. But again, like it took us a long time to get here to this place. Like we were laughing about how we were in our 20s, married with kids, and still having to act like we was virgins. Like that's so stupid. I think there's just something about getting past 30 and being like, y'all are some real hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to make somebody think that something that people do is wrong. You know what I mean? And it's not. But anyway, yeah. I'm with you on that. When with the right person daily, I'm up for that.
I said if we didn't have to worry about pregnancy either, like if I'm on birth control, we definitely getting it in.
Yeah, because those last 3 pregnancies that you had, we was pregnant together. And I was like, this is not really happening. So the next question, Alicia didn't like this one, but I thought it was a good question. Okay. Do you think a sex workshop or sex therapy could help enhance your sex life? Why or why not? Oh
my God. Okay. I guess so. If you're going to maybe the sex therapy thing, that means that you guys are somehow not connecting. There's an issue. There's something there to where you feel like you have to go where you need.
And like workshop could be like there's a bunch of people sitting in the room talking techniques and exploring different things.
Now, Karina's more workshop, whereas I'm like, because I don't know y'all like that. We're not going to
be in a lecture. Like, you're just sitting up there with your little notepad and people are talking about the anatomy.
I don't want people to see what I'm taking notes on. They'd be like, she was really paying attention during that anal part, wasn't she? Like, I seen her out there. She had a highlighter, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. She was highlighting that stuff.
We sitting there trying to write stuff in secret. But no, Therapy, I guess. If you're working with a sexual therapist, it got me back into the 90-day fiance thing, the last resort thing. And entertaining as it was, I thought when they did do the sex therapy stuff, some of the stuff she was saying, you know, and she's just like, you know, with you and your partner, blah, 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 and whatever, whatever, whatever. Like some of that stuff I could see, especially they were having issues with like intimacy or, you know, but no, I don't see myself personally going to a workshop. Karina will go, and I mean, she'll be like, yeah, I have a we'll be in there all day. That's my personality though. I don't open up to everybody. If you know me, I never shut up. Like if we cool and we're comfortable or whatever, you'll be like, oh my God, did she ever stop talking? But if you were to like meet me in person or whatever, you'd be like, okay, she didn't say nothing. She barely even looked at me. You know, y'all are seeing because I'm with my sister and we're having a good time and we're talking and blah, blah, blah. But in general, I don't know folks like that to be taking workshops or classes with them. But if me and my partner were to encounter an issue with our sex life and he was open, I wouldn't bring it up. But if he was like, hey, you know what, I think we could benefit from sex therapy, would you be open to that? Like, all right, therapy, fine, we'll do therapy. Don't take me to no workshop.
I think it's the Virgo in you, because T's a Virgo and he'd be against it. And I'd be like, we could learn, it's free, and they're gonna have light refreshments, and they're gonna have a sex therapist.
Refreshments.
Yeah, like, you know, that's me. I'm like, so what books do you guys recommend? And because again, I don't do porn like some people like that. That's not me. I'm not doing it. Because I don't really feel like I'm gonna lead learning. That's like, that stuff is like fake anyway. I watched the whole documentary. Remember I was telling you about how they were saying it's really super scripted, and how you be like, oh, they just went on for a whole hour, and it's like they literally are stopping and taking breaks and using fake parts. And I was
Brandon,
like,
don't do that to the world. You did that to me. See, I'm with the porn stuff. And then here comes sis, like, girl, you know, I watched a document. None of that is even real. I know this, but don't ruin it for me.
The men were showing like their prosthesis that they attached, and I'm like, yeah, because everybody out here 14 inches, which is like crazy, and you could never get close to me with it. But they were just doing all this stuff, and it was like all this stuff was so fake, and how they were like making like the little sauce. They were using condensed milk and like powdered sugar. So at the end, you got this big explosion, and
Makers out there, don't be discouraged. Keep using your condensed milk.
Because I'm like, it's not real. It's fake, you know what I'm saying? And so I like the workshop aspect of it, because you're able to really learn pleasure point. Watching something, you watch somebody else do something, like, oh, that's cool, but like, I need details. Why did you do that? Why was it tilted that way? Like, what do you get from that? I want to know.
Okay, so because I'm not against learning about this stuff, I'm saying in a classroom environment where me and 50 people are like, did you hear that? Yeah, I heard that too. Definitely YouTube the shit out of some stuff. Go back to like my biology days and be like, yeah, there are nerves like right here. Yeah. You know, that kind of stuff. Definitely. Don't be sitting there like, oh God, she's just talking about porn and getting towed down. No, I am more than happy to learn about some stuff, but I don't want to learn like in a class.
I don't want to go by myself, because I know if I go by myself, somebody's gonna be like, you were really interested in this class. I'm like, yeah, it's really fascinating. All the nerves and the da-da-da-da. And then they're going to be like,
oh, I'll go to definitely cock.
Here's my business
like,
card.
You need to go.
Show me what you're in class.
And they will, girl. They'll follow you out.
Folks will try it.
They will. You're like, well, I mean, because we both were in that workshop. So I thought you just wanted something. Like, yeah, with somebody else, not you. Like,
somebody else.
Somebody else, not you.
Somebody else.
You're here with me, meaning we're both clueless in this. I want to know what to bring home to my partner. You leave me alone, sir. You go over there. Don't sit next to me and know we ain't sharing notes. See, that's why I can't be in a classroom environment at a workshop.
Leave me alone. I love that. That's hilarious. Well, since we have gotten through that little taste of who we are on another level, and I'm gonna say, like, I'm glad that the other video kind of got messed up, because when I was like reviewing it to edit, I was like, I don't think this is given what it needs to be given. I feel like you guys have been waiting. Alicia's been waiting for Pound Town. They're going to Pound Town. Like she's been waiting for some stuff, right? I definitely feel like it needed like 2 parts. I don't think that was enough. So we have dedicated this second part to kind of just like giving y'all that, you know what I'm saying? Giving y'all that zah. Giving y'all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I keep telling these kids, Mom, stop watching the podcast. She is religious, baby. She ain't missing an episode. So, yeah, I saw what y'all was talking about it.
While y'all was swinging that hair.
And I'd be like, Mom. I'd be like, Mom, I don't think you should watch. She's like, and it's fine. I mean, I was laughing. I'd be like, what do you get out of this? I want to know. So we got through our icebreaker. And now, Alicia, like, let's share our thoughts on this chapter 46. Tonight is the night part 2. Share your thoughts on this episode. Like, was there anything that surprised you about this chapter? What was your favorite part of this chapter? Like, give it to us, sis. Just a little bit.
Okay. As the world knows, we're just going to say the world, I have been waiting for this to go down. So I had to savor every morsel of this this little chapter right here. Chan and Malia finally gets it on.
Gets it on.
And if I could just put like, I don't know, confetti and stuff in the background, it's like, okay, yay, that's what we've been waiting. We needed this. Lily definitely needed this, you know. And Russell had that discussion. And no, I'm playing. No. It definitely needed to happen. And I'm glad it wasn't like just, I mean, it was on a level animalistic, but I mean like on a level, you know, they know he was the right one.
At the right time.
But the foreplay, I liked it to build up. Like, nah, you ain't just gonna get this work, sis. Oh, I had a problem with the drugging part. I thought some I thought was really hot. I may not even have said it, you know, the other time around, but that they had a bit of an audience. And she got to show out a little bit, whether she meant to do it or not. But because I just live for that, where you're not watching me get tore down, as me and Karina like to say.
I'm getting tore down.
But you know I'm getting tore down. You hear that bed. You hear me yelling. I can't take it. I can't take it. Like I got a whole audience. Like I want people to be like, ooh. But don't come after my man though. Because some hoes be messy like that. Like, I knew he could put it down. If he like her, I know he gonna tear it. No, he ain't, because you ain't gonna survive it. You won't survive it.
You won't survive it.
But I really liked it, the audience, and the fact they didn't interfere. Right. Like, I don't know why I'm saying our siblings. Maybe because we just grew up and we weren't around nobody but each other and our siblings. But if somebody with our siblings' personality, we'll put it that way, happened to be one of those witnesses, they would interfere completely, knock on the door. Is the lights on? Did you want to go grab you something? Like just listen and enjoy. Don't ask me if I'm okay. I don't care if you hear glass breaking, whatever. Yeah. So there was no interference. The audience was giving audience, and they were performing, and I loved it. I love that for everyone involved. Chan and Miss Malia. Okay, they're making it do what it do. And it was very passionate because they've both been waiting on it. It's been a little build up. I mean, from the first date till now. And so it finally happened. And we're like, So that was my favorite part. Well, not part, but just whatever. I like that they had an audience. I love that they didn't just all right, you know what? Take off your stuff, lay down. You know, we'll talk about this later, but just lay down because we got some stuff to take care of. Some foreplay. I want to get into. I need to know that this means something to you. Here to perform or do a job. You know. So that's my little half answer recap opinion. I really did like the audience though.
Oh, I like that for you.
I love that for us.
I love that for us. Can I tell you something? I was so embarrassed reading this part last.
She's an author of the book. She was embarrassed reading it though.
I was embarrassed reading this part last night. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I go to Rose City and I'm writing, I don't know if I have another personality that comes out, but I go there, right? And I'll turn back around and I had the hardest time last night. I was sitting at the dining room table and I'm reading through it. Be psychotic. You wrote this. And the thing was, I didn't just write this scene like one time. I wrote this scene continuously over and over. It never was good enough. And I was like, if you're gonna go there, right? And I mean, so this was like, I could have rewrote this chapter 15, 20 times. Because I just was always like, it's not good enough, and you're still holding back. So I feel like when I finally allowed myself to go all the way there and just little bit by little bit building it up till I got to that point, it was like, maybe I did too.
Like, who is this? Girl, I look that way when I'm drunk. I always say, take that up with drunk Lily, because I wasn't there.
Honey, I don't know who wrote that. I was like, and so I did. I had somebody reach out to me and they were just like, so I read chapter 46 and Malia and Chan finally got it in. And they was like, it was hot. And I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you. And they were like, so sis, like, is this what you be doing? And I don't look at me.
Just read the book. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
I was just like, mind your business. But yeah, I would. So, I mean, I think if anybody was like, Karina, what were you surprised about? I'm always surprised about how embarrassed I get. Like, well, I'd be like, why are you so damn? Like, who's this person who comes out and writes these chapters? I don't know. I really don't. It was good though. Like, I was like, damn, you awake upstairs? He was knocked out snoring, so I didn't. But yeah, I was just like, this is how it's gonna happen. This is how it needs to happen. Like Alicia said, a little animalistic, very much she taking charge, he taking charge. Oh, honey, throwing it back. I laughed because when Malia talked about something, she, wasn't sure if she wanted to do it. I'm like, baby, ain't nobody wearing no sexy black G-string with the little diamonds on the back if they ain't trying to have somebody pull it to the side. Stop playing.
Okay, y'all. We are past that age, okay? We're past that. No, I hate that little hole. Okay, we'll move it to the side. Take it off.
He said, we ain't got no time for we pull it to the side. But I'm saying, you talking about I didn't know if I wanted. You would probably wore some granny panties with a hole in it if you really was like trying to have a chastity belt. You didn't want him to see the bad draws. Right? You put on the sexy panties. You wanted him to see them panties. My mom would say, that ain't no panties. That's a piece of floss with diamonds.
Let me just picture Miss Kitty.
I keep trying to tell her, please stop watching. Get out of this. No, because it was really interesting to see what your take was.
There are times where, I love my mother. I miss her. But honestly,
my mama, she won't come for me. She'll just be like, I want a podcast.
That's not coming for, because you already know, your
mom wouldn't have just said I saw. Your mom would have been like, you had no business telling people about your leg up in the air.
Right. Like, we grew up with Miss Kitty. So if she's like bringing up something, that's not she just wants you to know she saw it. It's just like she's waiting for you to be like, well, I know because she was that way. Like, if you were to steal something from the store, somehow she found out about it. She might tell you, not right away though. As soon as you come up and she see, I heard you got something from the store. How'd you get that? And and then it snowballs into something else because you're like, no, I didn't get that. What are you talking about? And then she'll put you together. But I saw the podcast. She's letting you know she doesn't approve.
You're telling me, I'm watching it, man. I'm gonna say some stuff. I'm gonna do some stuff.
Say some stuff.
Say some stuff.
Just log out.
Yeah, so that's what stood out to me. Just my embarrassment last night at the table. I'm just like, oh my God. I thought like the sex scene was just like, I was like, I mean, if that's what we gonna do, if this is gonna be our first time together, can we have it like this? Can this be our first together? Like, I'm gonna need all of this energy. I'm gonna need all this stamina. I'm gonna need you to take me from the living room to the bedroom, like carry me like Chan carried Malia down the hallway with her legs wrapped around him. I'm gonna need that, So that was kind of like my recap. So yeah, this is after dinner's over. This is them sitting down and little fires going, and Malia's got ecstasy in her. Malia's feeling she's feeling an internal fire. She's Malia like, I want him though. Like, I want him. I've been waiting for him. I've been waiting for him. And I think that's the nice thing when it's like some people, they just throw their bodies down with anybody and anybody come and get attention on. But it's something different when it's like, no, this is me and you, baby. Like, I ain't did this with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I mean? So it's nice. It's nice when you can feel comfortable with somebody. And I feel like Malia definitely had to be comfortable. And maybe it was the ecstasy. I don't know, right? But you definitely got to be comfortable with somebody to go where they went. You know what I'm saying? Because for most people on their first time, they're not doing all of that. They're not getting that crazy because it's like, no, because I don't want to do all this. I don't want to, come off as like I'm doing too much. Chan was like, I need you to do all that. Like, I've been dreaming about you doing all of this. So yeah, I'm gonna need you to do that. I'm gonna need you to do that. So.
And he made sure of that. Now I don't approve of it because she probably would have willingly done it herself.
A willing participant. All right. Any more questions before, or any more things that you want to share before we get to the questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, focusing your kids out. Like, I don't think you should probably ever watch Rose City Down for Show with your kids in the room. Like,
kids is a new episode.